Can you have a Bryce Mitchell in the channel for a pre-fight interview? Pfft. Coming Tuesday. I should be interviewing Bryce Mitchell in a few days. I was speaking to him yesterday. Emmett, can you green screen yourself into a little fishing boat for the Bryce interview? Well, it's funny you should say that. No. But you best believe. Thank you for the $5. You best believe at the end of this interview, if me and Bryce Mitchell are getting along, whew, let me tell you, I'm getting the in-person fishing interview in America when I go this summer. I'm telling you. I'm gonna have to do an in-person fishing with Bryce Mitchell. Have to do it. Hill Roundtree cancelled? Don't lie. Don't you dare lie. Hill and Roundtree cancelled? Where? And I've been doing good. Oh, yeah. Ruben Carter reported it? Then shut up, dude. What are you talking about? Ruben Carter reported it. Have you guys not learned yet? Come on. That's not real news. I can't see, man. Protest versus who? Maybe Ian Gary. Well, they're going to rebook him, right? So I don't know where they're going to rebook him to. You could put Ian Gary against him so he could relate to the Canadian crowd at UFC 315. What other candidates are there? Yes or no, chat? The fact that they didn't keep Protest on the card and also say they're going to rebook the fight immediately means that they're not going to give him Jeff Neal again, and they couldn't find anyone on short notice. And they also said they have something big planned for Carlos Prates. But at the same time, he's only number 13 ranked in a division. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? Wonderboy Thompson against an aggressive forward-pressuring striker? Perhaps. Is this where they employ Wonderboy? Question mark? Or MVP? Could also be MVP. But I feel like they would give him a move up the rankings. Thank you for the $5, B. McKee. They were going to give Prates the Shavkat fight, but not Ian. But he was hurt. I think Prates can stuff Shavkat and f him up on the feet. So that means Buckley's getting the short end of the stick then. I'm not a fan of this dude. He's done a lot more work than Prates, dude. Prates beat Neil Magny, for fuck's sake, and no one else of value. Family Guy or South Park, what's your favorite? I have arguments for why Family Guy is better than South Park, to be honest with you. Because I would only put on a cartoon like that. I know, South Park is better than Family Guy. South Park's better than Family Guy, it is. But Family Guy is... I think Family Guy fits a purpose more. South Park, if you want to watch a full episode or something, then you watch South Park. But just to have on to fall asleep to, Family Guy is undefeated. I swear to God, all I need to do is hear the murmurs of a Family Guy character and I'll start dozing off in bed. Undefeated. Undefeated, dude. You don't need to pay attention to the story. Couple jokes. That's Family Guy. Whereas South Park, you need to watch the full episode to understand and enjoy it. Shara versus Bisping, winner stops being a Cyclops. How does Ilia do against the top 5? How does Ilia do against the top 5? I don't know if he does well. I think this might be a backfire moment on Ilia. I'm sensing it. I was watching back Ilia's career, chat, and... God, let me know when I stop cooking, okay? Let me just read out some things. Arman versus Colby at 170. Who wins? Arman. Young Philly is... No, probably Colby based on the Gamrot fight. Probably Colby. No, Arman will win. Arman would body kick TKO. Young Philly is Epstein impression. A man said an island, you man. All right. Right, watch this. Ilia actually trained with Covington before, funnily enough. I think this would be a backfire for Ilia Topuria. So Yusuf Zalal was on a losing streak when he fought Ilia Topuria. Okay? No, he wasn't. He was on a winning streak, but he took the fight on short notice in the UFC. Okay? But either way, Ilia took the fight on short notice, sorry. So that, forget the Yusuf Zalal, whatever I just said. But he then went on to lose 2 in a row, including a loss to Sung Woo Choi after losing to Ilia Topuria. Okay? Damon Jackson. Do I rate a Damon Jackson win? It's the way he's doing it that's very, very impressive. But, man, do I rate a Damon Jackson win? I don't really rate it that much. Then I'm looking at Ryan Hall. And I know Joe Rogan loved him because Jiu-Jitsu's Rogan's. But, man, I don't know. He fought Derek Minner after that. He was coming off a win over Darren Elkins and BJ Penn and Gray Maynard. The Unk Avengers came out to beat him. You know, he took Darren Elkins to a decision. I know Ilia's young. But then Jai Herbert dropped him and he ended up finishing Jai Herbert. Impressive. Bryce Mitchell took that fight up on short notice. He was supposed to fight Edson Barboza, Ilia Topuria. He was supposed to fight Edson Barboza at the end of October. And he ended up fighting Bryce in December instead. So that was interesting. So that sort of got shifted together as a matchup. Then Josh Emmett, which is a great win that he got, but he took him to a decision. Volk was like 2 months removed from being KO'd badly by Makhachev and moving back down a division. He shouldn't have been in there. I like Ilia. I think Ilia's really good, but I don't know if I can trust him to pull off these finishes against lightweights. Lightweights are tricky to finish, man. Especially the top lightweights. Holloway's a great win. I love the Holloway win. He put away Holloway. Great win. Very close fight before that, but he put away Holloway, and I thought he was beating him before that. Volk was doing really good against him, and he caught Volk. Volk just been KO'd 2 months before. I think these lightweights are going to be too big, I think. I have a feeling, forget what I'm saying about his career as much. I just think the lightweights are going to be too big. I was watching the Bryce Mitchell fight again. I was watching... I don't know. I love him, but he doesn't close distance that well. I just think he overswings sometimes, and he goes for like these big, big 3-punch combo, and it whiffs. And if you're doing that at lightweight, these guys are going to shoot in on your hips and be bigger than you. It's tricky, man. I think lightweight's a tricky move. He takes a lot of shots every time he does. He took a lot of shots off Bryce. Chat, I rewatched the Bryce fight. Yes or no? He kind of got hurt a little bit by Bryce. I'm going to put it on right now in the background while the stream goes. I know I can't have conversations because I've got to just read bullshit right now, but... He kind of got backed up a little bit by Bryce with like a combination at one point. A little bit. Not badly. But there was a moment where he went, oh, hang on, let me fucking reset here. Bryce is stinging me with some shots. I swear. I was watching it back the other day. I don't know. It's very tricky to say. I have a sense that this is going to backfire for Ilia at lightweight. Quit coping. No, I'm not coping for Bryce at all. I picked Ilia all his way through his career. But I don't know, man. I don't see him. I worry about him. Whenever I think about the matchups for him at lightweight, I do worry that they're going to put hands on him. Because he does get hit a lot at featherweight. He does get hit a lot. And at lightweight, you can't get hit that much before getting your shot off and putting someone down. You know? Like if Oliveira puts hands on him early, I don't think there's a chance of, oh, well, Ilia will bounce back. Wait until the third or the second round, then he'll catch Oliveira. You know? I think he'll beat Gaethje, though. I'll never pick Gaethje to win a fucking fight ever. But, man, I do worry about some of these matchups for Ilia. He's very hittable because he doesn't move and float. Don't you think, chat? He's very heavy on his lead leg. He leans over himself a ton. And he doesn't float, man. He doesn't float around in fights. Like, he doesn't move. I know I've missed donos. I'm trying to have a conversation before reading some fucking bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Fucking bitch. I'll get to the bullshit in a second. Having a conversation about something MMA related, you dumb fuck. Before I ban you out my chat. I don't know, man. I feel like Ilia doesn't float around. There's no movement. There's no shiftiness. He just steps in heavy on his lead leg with his feet right on the ground. And that's what gives him his power. But I don't know. And it also means he's got good ability to find when takedowns are coming his way. I just think he's right there for like big, massive kicks to his arms and his head and knees to the body and a lot of things that a guy who's taller than him with a lot of bulk on them as well at lightweight is going to give him a problem with. I don't know. No, his brother Alejandro's not a better version. Shut the fuck up. Not a better version at all. I don't like his movement though, man. He has a bully style. He does, and that style doesn't work up a division. So I am doubting him at lightweight, to be honest with you. I've been watching back fights. I know I was saying he's the one to beat Makhachev, but I don't know if he's the one to beat Makhachev. I can see Makhachev like clashing with him and then clinching with a knee up the middle, big head kick across Ilia's arms. Then he shoots in once Ilia brings his arms up. And I don't see Ilia just throwing Makhachev off of him at lightweight. That would be shocking to me if he does that. Love him, but he doesn't close distance that well. I don't know, man. He's good, isn't he? He's got really good instincts. He's good on the spot in terms of his reflexes. But I just think someone who can kick well at range and float well. Holloway's good, but he doesn't have, like, off the back foot power like that, you know? Another front kick to the body from Bryce. Side kick to the body and he moves. Moves out of the way. Little combo from Bryce there. Shoots in, gets to the single leg. Pushes Ilia up against the cage. Ilia stuffs it, but this ain't Makhachev. You know what I mean? This is 2 minutes 25 in the first round. 2 minutes 25 on the clock. Bryce gets to a single leg, pushes him into the cage. Does get Ilia down, but Ilia gets right back up. If that's Makhachev, man. If that's Makhachev, I don't know. If he just gets back up there and shucks him off of him once they get down. Good, lad? What's up, Matt Daniels? Lighter man skill plus speed and power will carry over for Topuria. The best lightweights are former featherweights. Makhachev ain't a former featherweight. He may have fought there when he was very young, but he's not, is he? But I know what you mean about the others. Bryce weaves out the way of him, makes him miss. Knee to the body from Ilia. Would you go on a stream with Beardley, and Paul Town? Don't know who they are, no. No version of Volk is eating that Ilia overhand. I'm very confident he'll knock out anybody in the lightweight division. Oh, I don't know, man. He doesn't eat the overhand, but is he there for it if he takes that 2 months off? I think Ilia would beat him regardless, but Bryce Mitchell gets down Ilia Topuria, minute and 5 seconds on the clock in round 1. He's over him. He's got him down on the ground. Minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Mitchell's got him on the ground. Half guard. Ilia back to full guard. Bryce on top for a minute straight at the end of the round. If that's a big lightweight, man. Bryce is like 5'9", right? Makhachev's what, 5'10 and a half? 15 pounds on Bryce, easily. Massive, big muscles on top in his torso. I don't know. We'll see. Dustin becoming Ilia's Nate Diaz would be crazy. No, I think he would beat Poirier and Gaethje. But Arman, Oliveira, and Makhachev, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about it yesterday. I don't know. Volk dealt with the strongest dude in the division. Yeah, but Volk's fucking really good scrambler. And the thing is with Volk, he has a style, chat, where once he's scrambled for a long time, he can still be effective. As much as he took it on short notice, when he scrambled around with Yusuf Zalal, he became very ineffective in the later rounds. You know? I don't know if he can scramble like that with Makhachev for a round or two and still have that one-shot power to put him out. You know? People forget, man, Zalal had Ilia in trouble. I know, but Makhachev got slept by Adriano Martins, you know what I mean? So things happen early in careers. I'm not saying that, but... You know. I have a feeling Arman would batter Ilia. I don't know. I think Arman's in that mix of danger for him. Arman, Oliveira, and Makhachev are the danger for him. TJ and Moik telling Chiwiwi why he'll never be champ. You're not going to make it as champion. Vince Morales did more damage in round 2. Let me tell you something, my brother. When you get a fucking takedown, you have to fucking punch. Once or twice, brother. I'm sick of midgets moving up. I can't make way. I know, yeah. Thank you for the 2. I mean, let's face it, though. If Ilia's lightweight move is unsuccessful, he will get a title shot at featherweight when he comes back down. It's just these moments where Ilia will shake off Bryce, but Bryce is still getting straight to a single leg on him. You know what I mean? Bryce getting to his hips consistently. Big fan, Guru. You know this. Continue to notice him, brother. Thank you very much for the $2, dude. I appreciate you. Okay, he didn't have Ilia hurt, but he definitely had him backing up for a moment here in round 2. But that was right after he got finished. Right before he got finished. So around the 3:55 mark. He shoots in on Ilia. Ilia stuffs it. And pushes him off. Bryce pushes him into the cage. And then Bryce just kind of goes for him in some weird blitz. And it just looks ugly from Ilia. 1-2 from Bryce. 3-4. Head kick partially lands. He just gets a moment of success where he kind of makes Ilia reset a bit. But then Ilia cracks right back. And Bryce kind of loses all composure in the second round and becomes exhausted. And that's when Ilia cracks him and puts him down. I just wonder if one of these lightweights gets him in those positions where they're able to push him backwards a bit. And if they can grapple a bit more effectively early, they'll give him real problems. I don't know. I say potato, you say potato. Okay, I think both people say potato, though. Thoughts on you and Mighty Mouse on the... Even there, I think if Bryce was more patient on the feet here. You know, they're getting scrappy in this second round and Ilia's pushing forward. I think if Bryce was more patient here instead of trying to really desperately go for that takedown. I think he could have done a bit better if he popped a jab there instead, but he kind of shot in lazy and then Ilia threw him over and got the sub eventually, you know. It is what it is. Not saying he wins, but Paddy eats that overhand. I don't think he eats the overhand of Ilia. I'm not betting on these guys to just eat the overhand. I just think I worry about a bully moving up in weight all the time. You guys don't understand boxing-wise, Ilia's really trash in open stance. Especially against southpaws, he doesn't understand hand fighting. No, I disagree with you completely. There are aspects where people will be hit with punches in MMA. That's just a natural occurrence of things. I don't think he's trash. Most MMA fighters are. I know what you mean. They're not boxing though, are they? If they were in a boxing ring, they wouldn't do things the same way that they do. I just think there's openings, man. And I think Bryce got a little bit desperate for takedowns. I think if someone can shoot early and effectively grapple early and then find comfort on the feet, they can give him big problems. And they're so much bigger than Ilia, man. Ilia isn't tall for featherweight. These guys are going to be 5'11" and broad and strong. You know? Lightweights are massive compared to featherweights. They're like Holloway, but not anorexic. Can you take a 15-inch? All right, calm down. Have you seen a video of Joe Pyfer shitting on... Even there, Bryce fucking front kicked him in the face in round 2. Counter left hook. Ilia runs in. Bryce fucking front kicks him in the face there. Ilia just bruises through it and cruises through it and lands another big shot. And Bryce eventually shoots a weak takedown. And then gets thrown over by Ilia because he's getting desperate for the takedown. I think he said he was ill for this fight, right? And Ilia gets him in an arm triangle. I don't know, though, man. I worry for him at lightweight. I insult MMA Central to bring back the intro, please. You want me to fucking terminate your channel, do you?